Hello everyone, and welcome to Ready, Steady, Crits, Curse of Strahd. Now, when we last left off, our party were deep in the bowels of Ravenloft, seeking out the devil. They had recently encountered some allies of the past, Stella, Wachter, who they've rescued so far, and they also encountered a woman called Helga, who they chose to end the life of swiftly and as quickly as possible, I suppose is the most fair way to describe it. But yes, with that occurring, Callan's alignment shifted to that true neutral, which may present in itself a whole host of problems. We shall see. Currently, they stand outside the room in which Helga was just slaughtered in, reduced now to a pile of ash. And right on cue, Callan's internet has dropped, but you know, we love it. And yeah, Stella took Stella took Esmeralda took Stella out into the hallway to avoid her witnessing the murder, and Stella kind of called out the group on the action. Yeah, that was whenever Callan's heart kind of had that twist of change of fate. And that was where we left off, as you stand in this, like, dark, cold hallway.
And at this point, Callum would presumably feel a loss of connection to this thing that he wears around his neck.
Yeah. The holy symbol of Rivenkind is definitely a distance there that maybe you think that it is no longer attuned to yourself.
He's probably going to have a mild panic. Probably sort of grab it, try to inspect it. Probably give it a shake, like it's a pocket watch or something, before he realises it's a little more advanced than that. And then he will look in panic to the others and be like, slight issue. It's died on me. The holy symbol. I don't know what's gone. I don't know what's gone wrong.
That is not good.
That's really not good.
Maybe it needs something to work.
What?
I mean, I've been using it. I used it earlier, and I've nothing's happened to it. I've not lost it. I've not dropped it. I've not touched it. It's not been damaged. Do I need to power it somehow?
Maybe it's tired.
Why now? I could feel it before. I could feel connected to it, and now it's.
When did this happen? Just now?
Just now, I've just left the room, and I think as I was coming down the stairs, I was kind of playing with it, and that was fine, just absent-mindedly. But
Could I do like a Arcana check?
Good Arcana check, yeah, definitely.
Is this woman like turning into ash now?
Yes, she's gone.
Sorry.
Go on. Max gonna go back in the room. Where's Max? Fuck, that's not Max. Come back here. Come back in here. He's gonna kneel down. He's gonna pick up the ashes, go a little bit in his hand like this. And then looks at Callum, and they give Callum a very disappointing look.
Could Seeker do an insight check, perhaps, on the nature of this medallion, and if it has something to do with actions taken, perhaps?
I'll let Lux with his Arcana check first. So Max, as you're kind of going down and you sift through the ash, and this woman, like, it's kind of only she turned to ash. Her clothing and her belongings and stuff are kind of there in a pile as well.
I did lose. I think I left a gem there, didn't I?
As this, yeah, I'm just gonna go inspect the ash. Obviously, look at Callum with a little bit of disappointment. Slight disappointment, half disappointment, half surprise, because he wouldn't expect Callum to come up with the decision of just to slay someone out of the blue.
And yeah, Max, you see the opal that the currently disguised Irina, aka Lux, has left. kind of among what the remains. And there's also a gold necklace with a ruby pendant, similar to the one that you saw around Escher's neck. Very similar.
I'll pick up the necklace and I have a quick look.
Yeah, it looks very valuable, very nice.
Does it have like any names or anything in it?
No engravings or anything. It's just a plain gold chain with a ruby kind of set into the pendant.
I'll put a pen in my pocket.
Sure.
And then I'll kind of make my way down outside.
Lux, a seeker and you kind of help Callan inspecting this artifact. I mean, yeah, you know that some magic items require general like prerequisites to be possible. Things like you can't use a magic wand unless you can cast a spell. Like you couldn't just give Max a magic wand, like some of them, and they expect him to, especially ones like that are kind of meant to amplify what you already are. It's very possible that perhaps Callan, something about Callan has changed. Maybe like something about that has changed, that it means that he's no longer able to utilize the item. Effectively, in games mechanic-wise, he's been unattuned to it. But you know, just because it's a very recent unattunement, if Callan found a way to rectify whatever this issue with the prerequisite was, probably before your next short rest, you think he may be able to instantly bond back to the item. You think that, especially seeing things like the Sun Sword in action and things, the artifacts of Ravenloft, they are very fickle but intelligent things.
I think the symbol is aware of our actions. Maybe it hasn't agreed with you, Callan. Maybe something you've done, maybe slain her, might have thought maybe you're not as good-hearted or worthy, because you know the sword itself. You know, you've seen it yourself. It's intelligent. It knows.
It speaks to me a bit.
But I don't understand this holy symbol. It's designed to defeat and protect against and kill vampires, and that's what we're doing. Isn't that what we're here for? To just get rid of them? I really don't understand.
I completely agree with you, Callan. I think we did the right thing.
Probably.
I think Callan, even though she was a vampire, even though her soul was probably lost, she did not give us any threat at all.
I think
Could have just left her be.
maybe
And
it's not.
perhaps, who knows? Even if there's a slight chance of turning these people back into what they were once. You know, I think in a place like Barovia, having a little bit of a hope, I think it can help us get through this. But to be honest, Callum,
I think
out of all the people in this party, you were the last person I would think that you'd instigate us to kill this woman.
I don't think it's the fact that you killed a vampire. Maybe it's how you did it.
Exactly.
I agree.
Perhaps there was another way.
Callan. Sorry.
Perhaps there's another way, Callum.
I mean, maybe there was another way, but it would have been more dangerous to us. It would have. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I shouldn't be making these kinds of decisions. If you think that I'm somehow above this, if you think that I am the one that's supposed to see the humanity and the personhood behind these creatures. Now, no offense to you, Esmeralda, but I've tried to see the difference between monsters and people. You know, we met the Were-Raven family that started to cross that bridge, but ever since then, werewolves and vampires have brought nothing but misery and death and hurt to all of us. Anything that we have encountered that's been these creatures, these monsters, the things that we wouldn't have would have hardly heard about in stories back home, suddenly reality. I'm really struggling to see that these as people rather than things that could kill us at a moment's notice.
I think that is the correct thing to assume, Callan, that is the logical way of thinking. But if what I remember, the symbol of Ravenkind, it was delivered through a paladin by the lore, according to the item, from what Van Richten's notes said. It mentioned a giant raven, which he presumed to be some sort of angel. It was given to this paladin, who she basically used the symbol to seek out nest of vampires until her death. But notably, most instances of her, hunting things down, these were, feral beasts who were attacking townsfolk in the night and all sorts. So maybe, I don't know. It all goes above my head. But I do remember there's a chapel on the ground floor near the back of the castle. If you think you have lost some connection to maybe a deity or something, we could always investigate there. It is a holy symbol, after all.
I mean, we had this in our possession and none of us could connect with it, and it was only through connecting with my god that we were able to, that I was even able to hold it and use it. Perhaps if we can get to the chapel, I could work on that.
Maybe shrouded in darkness in this castle. It has cut your connection.
I agree with Ismail. I think whatever was holy here once, it's no longer holy in here. I think it's probably a waste of time going to the chapel. I think the longer we stay here, the longer we're gonna make a decision like this. Barovi's changing the way we think, the way he acts. I mean, look at me. I don't even know what I am anymore.
Nor do we,
Max.
Nor
I
do we.
believe you're a halfling.
I just since I came to this place, just everything I fought for, everything I lived for, just seems like it's slowly fading away. Since I took the initial pact and it became this creature, I just need to end this Strahd as quickly as possible. So I think we need to make our way there and find him, just finish him off once for all.
Perhaps I've been too focused on my own survival to make it through relatively unscathed. I know, Max, you've sacrificed a lot for various reasons, and we've lost people along the way. I will follow your lead, but I think we should. I do want to try to go to the chapel. We have to believe that there is some way of bringing back the good to this place. If we believe that the deities cannot penetrate this place, then we are lost.
I haven't felt my connection to my deity either, and I feel like the chapel will be a good way for me to feel whole. I haven't heard her in a while.
After Callum says that, Mark's gonna put his hand on his shoulders. So Mark's very small.
Yeah, like Callum like bobs down. To be fair, Callum at this point is probably like slumped with his back against the wall, sat on the ground with his knees up a bit. Just in a bit of
he does that, and then Max does that, kind of smiles a little bit, and it's like, this is the Callum I know. The Callum of hope. Callum's in his heart. The Callum that look just after myself, but after others. And I can see hope in your eyes, my friend. Let's not lose our hopes. And if you want to go to the chapel, because you believe there might be something in there that can help us, or the people of Barovia, or your talisman, or whatever, I'll go with you.
Okay.
Let's keep our hopes together.
Let's go then. Quite whether we're going to get there before or after anywhere else is another matter, because we have 2 secret doors here, and there is no real way to know where anything is.
How about perhaps we can secure this room, and then maybe take a longer rest in here? Or is it this is too dangerous?
We
I
normally
think that-
encounter things when we rest. How tired are we all? We weren't that long after our last one, are we?
I mean, I feel okay. I just haven't had enough time to regain my powers. But I think I could go on for a little bit further.
I can move for a good amount of time.
Though my arcane energy is running low, I am perfectly fine.
As am I, but I mean, I now have 2 things that I would want to sit down with. One a little later, and then one is going to point to the loot on his back.
Fine. Oh yeah, you took the loot. We still don't know what it does.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
And then
Okay.
music and shit.
So let's go. So should we go south or should we go? Where should we go now?
I reckon go south.
Yep, sure.
Oh, have we investigated his room yet? Did we find anything in his room at all?
Well, you had a
Kerm-
very brief look around, but nothing. You weren't like going underneath beds and stuff.
Let's have a look because she was in this room for some reason. Maybe she just tidying things up, or maybe this was his room. Maybe we can find something useful in there.
Yeah,
I'll
use the investigation check. You're just gonna start looking around, thinking of hiding places.
Secret would help out if anybody's.
Yeah,
Oh.
Callan's not going back in there.
I'll go there
I know I've
quickly.
got the highest investigation mod.
Shit, where's my
sorry.
thing? Where's my skills gone? Oh, here. I found it. Investigation. Advantage?
Yep.
Oh,
Secret's
no.
just surprisingly calm about this. He doesn't seem two-faced.
16.
16, spend some time going through the beds here and things like that. This is clearly just some kind of like servants' quarters. There's nothing really of any value here. You think that the only probably thing of value in this room was that pendant that is currently burning a hole in your pocket.
Is he burning a hole in my pocket? Is it hot?
Not literally.
No. Figuratively, like
It's a
money
figure
in
of
a hole in
speech.
your pocket.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Villiteral.
All right, come. There's nothing here. Let's go. The room is clear.
Max, is your pocket on fire? Oh no, ignore me.
Oh, what?
Let's
Fire.
let's head south. I'm going to stay towards the back if that's okay. Look, Irina, Irina, I'll keep you company.
Let me cast a spell, and obviously I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Sure.
Do you know? I just realized.
Usual
I realized that on D&D Beyond, there's actually a section for the robe of useful items on inventory. For no. Anyway, sorry. Just thought I was interested.
It's a good robe.
Mm.
Yeah. Marching order. Who's leading?
Secret would be at the back, as usual, I think.
I mean, Callan's just said that he's going to be towards the back.
So it's maybe something along these lines. Seeker kind of in the middle with Stella.
Yeah, it works.
All right. So you guys head south. You find the secret door. You've already seen it. It's a bit more obvious from this side as well. You kind of like push against it, and it kind of like you have that creaking of stone on stone as the secret door itself swings open into another space. You see a narrow, kind of like a long corridor, probably about the same width as the one you're currently moving down. Immediately to your left and right, there is sets of double doors, and you kind of see that you kind of like stepped around a human skeleton, which is clad in rusted armor and the tattered livery of a castle guard, but kind of like waving your hand in front of its face, giving it a shove. It doesn't really move or react. It kind of reacts how you expect it to. In fact, if you do fuck around with it, it probably just falls over.
Behaves like a skeleton, not like a skeleton. Got
Exactly.
Yeah.
A skeleton
Should be
skeleton, not a skeleton skeleton.
We'd probably bob our head in both sides to kind of
check, just try and get our
So-
bearings. Because
Yeah.
I know we know that we've been in this room before, but as a party, we probably wouldn't clock that yet.
Yeah, I'll pick on the right side.
On the right side, or can you just pick left?
Oh, I mean this side. Sorry, whatever.
left
I
side?
mean,
The right hand side as we look. Left
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
side is the party.
so to my left.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
to my left.
Yeah, so you appear like around to the left, you peek the door open, you see this corridor, 20-foot high hall, you see a dark vaulted ceiling draped with cobwebs. A low moan seems to travel the length of the corridor as it rises and falls, intoning sadness and despair.
Is there
This-
an
this-
echo?
There's another corridor in here. Is both doors lead to the same corridor?
Yep, I'll move you can see that visual.
It looks
Your like light kind of like illuminates from Lux's cantrip.
I'll be like, Seeker, you're very perceptive.
Uh,
Do you want to come in here and see if we can find something
Uh,
suspicious? It looks very empty, suspiciously empty in here.
Secret move and try and do a perception check.
Sure,
No,
make a perception check, see
I'll assist him.
I'm
Arco?
not sure. Yeah.
Both looking around.
Hold up. D&D.
What are you looking at? Like floor, wall, looking for secret doors?
He specifically, with his past experience, he'd look for what do you name it? Pressure plates and how do they name it? Tripwire.
Cool. So like kind of looking around the floor and like
Mhm.
maybe the low walls, just kind of see
Yes.
anything sticking out there. Perfect.
Hey.
Very
I
nice.
assume for ease, we'll just kind of move on the map like the front runners, and
Yeah.
just assume that the rest
No, we'll,
of us
we'll
follow
catch
the
everyone
map.
up if combat or anything
Yeah.
like that ensues. Yeah, perfect. Seeker, as you kind of like spend a bit of time like scanning even from back here, do you have dark vision as a Kenku or do you require light?
He has his censored out, so that's.
Perfect. So that will be illuminating about 60 foot, so that will cover most of the corridor. Not all of
need-
it.
If need be, he'd move up 5 feet to catch the end of it if
Oh,
possible.
you move 5 feet. Okay.
No, no,
You
no!
you see at the end of the corridor a set of double doors like the ones that you've just stepped through. And as you're kind of scanning and looking around, you don't see any traps or tripwires or the like, but you do spot on the south side of the room, there appears to be another secret door, just kind of like peeking through.
He'll point to it. Secret tunnel. And he'd move over to it. He'd probably move like, knowing that he's one of the more dexterous people in the party. He'd probably start moving through the room in this pattern, like a snake pattern, just
Like
to make sure.
serpentine?
Yes, basically just to make sure that if anything is here, he'd get caught in it probably.
Perfect. So do you want to like lead the group with them close on your heels, or you being like, wait here, I'll check the room is safe just in case kind of thing?
He's one moment, and he with 60 feet of movement speed, I think it's like 50. I think it's 50. With his 50 movement speed, quickly clear it if possible.
So you're gonna go up on your own, tell everyone to wait. Perfect. So Seeker, you start moving towards the center of this room and beyond, and as you kind of get around here in your serpentine wiggle, you hear a scraping sound of stone against stone, followed by the squeaking of a bat. And in the direction of the noise, kind of behind you, like turn around quickly, whipping around to see, and you see above your party members a fanged visage, outstretched claws, and a flapping black cape of a vampire bearing down on you from above. A deep, throaty chuckle fills the hall. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Let's go.
God damn it. Go on, Max.
Is this it? Did he roll
Ow!
20?
Kapow!
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes.
Not us. And that's the way you like it.
Oh, we can't see what it is yet. We heard the flapping.
It looks like a
we heard.
vampire, so you know.
Oh, so we saw it. At first, I just heard it. Yeah.
Black fang visage, outstretched claws, and flapping black cape of a vampire. I
Fuck's sake.
just have to get the token. 'Cause it's not here at the minute. Where are you, Mr. Savage? There you are.
Oh my god, it is Strahd again.
This way.
I'm
Yeah, he's actually
sorry,
above
what?
you, Max.
What did you
He's
say?
like floating above you. like just at the, like above the. It looks like he's got a spell or something on him. He's flying.
Oh no.
What did he
mage.
say?
Bing.
Wait, is it actually Strahd or are we just using it too?
Hey, we don't
Oh,
know. It
okay.
looks like Strahd. That's as much
Looks a
as we
lot
know.
like Strahd.
So I can only use reactions after my first turn. Is it?
Unless you're
You're
unless
not
you're
technically surprised here. So it's just going to be based entirely off initiative. Just checking because in this specific encounter, Strahd's initiative is actually adjusted slightly.
It looks a lot like Strahd. It hits a lot like Strahd because it is Strahd.
if it flies like a Strahd and quacks like a Strahd.
Hold up.
Strahd.
Looks like a Strahd.
Hold up. We didn't get a long rest. Wait, did we get a long rest then?
No, I don't get long rest. It's got no more
I
rest.
wish we had a long rest.
I'm trying to wait. I'm just trying to see.
Stella.
Oh,
So, as Lux at the bottom. Lucky for you guys, though, in this particular encounter, Strahd's initiative gets reduced to 5. Alrighty. Callan, you technically don't see because of the doorway, but you hear the sound of stone on stone, you hear the squeaking of a bat, and then this deep, throaty chuckle as Seeker whirls around and looks like kind of like above where Max and Esmeralda are, and you see them kind of like also jump in the action, blades at the ready, like looking up. What would you like to do?
So if Callan either moves to there or stays where he is, can he like lean and see anything of Strahd? Like how high is the door frame? How?
Yeah, you have to move up a little bit just to get kind of like a good spot on him, as it were. But yeah, you can kind of just peeking under. You can just he probably about half cover from you currently. You'd have to move into the room, but you can do so easily.
Probably move there and then move back. I'm going to cast a spell.
Perfect. What do you cast?
Sacred Flame.
Marvelous. And that is going to be a dex save on his behalf.
Dex save, DC 14.
I mean, I think he's going to be all right here, but we'll see.
And he'll
Yep.
kind of have a little prayer to. Oh Jesus Christ! He'll have a little prayer to Kalimvar as he does it, because try and curry a bit of favour.
Yeah, definitely.
Seeing that has completely not worked, must have misjudged the height. I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it.
Marvelous.
That's all it.
Esmeralda's turn. Esmeralda will take her hand axe because he's flying, and she is going to just hurl it up at him. She's only got one of these. 21 will hit for 6 slashing damage. It is magical, which is good. That's fine. Let's see here. Perfect. Yeah, she like throws up this axe. You see it just like sinks in to the like robes themselves. And that is unfortunately her turn. She doesn't have it. She'll probably draw her crossbow now and probably just chuck her rapier on the ground. Just getting ready in case he's going to stay in the air. But that will be her turn. Seeker, you're in the middle of the room.
quick question: can he attack while moving?
I mean, yes. Like you can
if he
move and
could run along
attack.
the wall and attack Strahd, like.
I mean,
that's
I don't. I think as long as you don't end your turn. Oh, just lost someone. I think we just lost him. We did. Yep. Max, I will just skip to you. You can receive initiative anyway.
How high is he?
He's about 15 foot up.
Ah, fuck. Oh.
Right at the top of this, like you see all the like cobwebs around him and stuff.
Is it like really like straight ahead of me?
He's kind of like just like kind of on a sharp diagonal.
Ah, fuck's sake. Okay, so how much Max can do really?
Go big. Get the glaive out. That would reach.
I don't have a kind of. I have more big. I don't have more big things.
All out of bigs. You throw something.
I can. I was supposed to think here. Storm Ruin.
Sorry.
Let me see my fire rune. Does that work on the ranged attacks?
Basically,
Storm,
does.
fire rune.
It does. I do for me.
I want to ask if you could run along the wall, like.
Okay. You go, Cass. Fine, Cass can go.
Yeah, you think of what you're gonna do, Max. Well, Seeker goes.
He basically spent a good amount of his movement to run up the wall to his level and attack as he runs like around the corner here.
Alright, yeah, so you run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, kind of like going through the cobwebs and stuff, getting just within your reach. Yeah, make your attacks.
Yep, he just like runs past and attacks him 3 times, I think. What? Oh, we're doing crit. Roll 20, one moment, please. He'll do 2-handed.
Alright.
For a sec.
20 will definitely hit. You see the radiant kind of like carves through this thing, and as you make contact with that first blow, Seeker, Max, just as you're like preparing this fire rune strike, getting ready to go, suddenly the mannequin falls to the floor, just dunk dunk, limp at your feet.
Ah,
I'm right of initiative.
it's just a mannequin.
After a couple of seconds, you hear the sound of like, and you look up, and you can just, those who have a pretty high passive perception of 20 or higher, you see there's a little like winch system that just like flies this thing across the corridor, and you think if the mannequin was still attached, it would have looked like with the big cape billowing, it would look like they were like flying through the corridor and harassing you, and then it just and begins to
question.
reset.
Rob, are you talking or are you muted? I'm not sure if I can.
I was talking, but not to you.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Guys in the
gotcha.
room.
Just in case Discord did the funny thing again.
Yeah, no.
Well, anyway, and he continued moving. He'd move to the secret door and point at it again.
Everyone can I get a good look?
I expect the mannequin as well.
Sure. Yeah, the mannequin. It is a mannequin clad in a black cloak, with this like white painted fangs on it, these large claws. Yeah, it looks like it like upon you, if you squint, it looks like Strahd. Especially when it's up there among the cobwebs, very deceptive and easy. But it's almost it's not very much necessary to be like kind of like.
As I'm walking, I stand up. I'll step on his head and smash his head.
Yeah. Like a wooden mannequin. You're a halfling.
Straight.
Probably takes
Stomp,
a
stomp
big
it.
stomp, but yeah, you're pretty strong. A decent stomp. You're used to your lion's weight would have probably crushed it, but yeah, your halfling form requires a little bit of a little jump
Ugh.
on it, maybe.
Couple like, stomp.
Good fellas, and
Yeah.
perfect. Yep, and the mannequin is defeated.
Yeah, and then I'll follow behind Seeker. See, moves forward in the room.
Could you try and open the door, perhaps? If it's
The secret door?
Mhm.
Sure. You open the secret door, Seeker. Who's going with you? Are you all moving up together now, or?
I'm like right behind Seeker.
Okay, I'll say for Seeker, we're all moving up together.
Yeah, we'd all be together, I think. Normal marching order.
So Seeker, you kind of like push on this secret door, which kind of recesses into the wall with a slight scraping noise. And yeah, you see this room. Immediately, the aromas of grease and well-oiled wood hit your nostrils as you kind of like open the door. This small 10 by 20 foot room is filled with intricate machinery, except for small spaces between the stone gears and iron chains and pulleys. On the other side of the machinery to the south is a rectangular shaft that rises up from the darkness and continues past this room. Attached to the west wall is a steel plate that has an iron lever protruding downward. So that's what you see in here.
Oh. Oh. Is it heading downward?
The shaft appears to rise up from below. The shaft goes down and up. It looks like it goes up above. You can't, unless you like squeeze through and have a peek, it's hard to tell.
This looks handy.
Probably was controlling the mannequin.
Presumably we'd all be able to kind of have a peek in and have a look at this.
Yeah.
It looks a little big for just a wooden mannequin. That there was pulleys and winches on the ceiling there. This goes they'll have a little peek down, kind of head in there. This
If
goes
you-
down really quite far. Yeah, he'd head inside and have a look down.
Outside your dark vision range.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Outside your dark vision range below, but if you look up, you also see it goes outside your dark vision range above.
So there's like a lift.
wait, Seeker would light the torch, and he'd hold it above the pit and look to the party. Can I?
Why not? Let's at least try.
Sure. He'll drop a lit torch to fall down the shaft to see how far it falls.
Thing. You drop it, Seeker, and it falls and falls and falls. And it falls all the way to a pit. Right at the very, very bottom, you see the torch hits the ground, kind of like shattering almost on impact, like just from the fall. It's fallen 90 foot or thereabouts. And yeah, it's kind of, you see this like empty, kind of like pit.
Should
Let's
we
check, see if you see anything
try
else.
have it come up?
Perhaps.
If we can use this, then sure. I mean, it's a very quick way down, I suppose.
I could make my way down without it, I think.
I don't think it should split, to be honest.
Just saying, maybe it's usable from the bottom better, but let's try here first.
Should we check this door here before we move down?
If we check every option, it's only going to slow us down. And if we're trying to get to the catacombs in the basement, this seems like a rather direct way. And it's clearly not designed to be accessible. This door here is secret that Seeker spotted.
Yeah, makes sense.
Could he have it like? Could he assist the pulley if you need extreme amounts of strength to use it, or if it's like made for normal usage?
Callan
do,
would help have a look at. Yeah.
Sure thing. Yeah, you have a little look through. Yeah, just make a general. This is just gonna be intelligence. Just
He'll probably help Callum on that. Wait, hold up. I think it's the same. So yeah, he'll give advantage.
20.
Funny.
You see the lever, Callan, kind of on the western wall. It's the only real kind of like, you know, interactive bit of these gears and things, unless you're gonna turn them like manually. Let me see here. I'd say a quick little look around. Like you can see, obviously there are chains that kind of like go up and down through this pit trap, basically. Let's see here. Yeah, so the lever is currently set in like a like pulled down towards the ground.
Cool. If that's the only, like, it sounds like that's the only
Intended
obvious input device. So yeah, he would give Seeker a look, a shrug, and then wait for a bit of a nod, and then pull the lever down, and then probably get the hell away from the machinery because it's not something that you would have commonly seen.
So you flip the lever into the opposite position. You flip it up, and you begin to see it moving and whirring. And like, with the non-natural 20, Callan, you can see like you could probably spend a little bit of time in here, like, you know, disabling the machinery if you wanted to, and effectively like render this thing inert. Probably take about a minute or so, just like, you know, disconnect, pull a few cogs out, kind of thing like that, and it'd probably be stuck until it needed repaired. And as that happens, Callan, as you flip the switch, let me see how long this takes. It's not exactly the fastest thing in the world. The first thing you notice is a giant 10-foot by 10-foot block of stone rapidly descends down on the on the eastern side of the pit, connected to chains. And shortly after that, rising up at a similar rate, you see a box with kind of like a barred front and back that you can see, and it kind of just flies up. And it doesn't take super long. It's going about. Let me see here. Oh, actually, no, it goes pretty fucking quick. It does the whole thing. It flies up to you in seconds. Like, as in the block just drops, and this fucking thing just goes and just like flies up in like seconds. If you were like standing there trying to jump on it, you think the impact alone probably would have been quite damaging. And it just goes. So one falls, and like it's a solid block, and you see another one with like a grate, like barred grates and stuff, rises up on the other side.
Seeing that this
6 seconds.
Seeing that this is far more likely to be a hindrance than a help, Callum would definitely want to kind of take it apart a bit. Probably take apart a couple of cogs, try and, wreck a couple of the chains, smash the cogs, probably keep some of the smaller bits just on him.
It's been a minute, and you disable the elevator, basically.
Yeah, so he'll turn to the rest of the party and be like, the way that thing moved, that was no good. There was a lever, and I don't know if it was to try to hurt people at the bottom with the counterweight, or to try and take people from one place to another against their will, but something that speed was no good for us. Let's go look at the doors that you were looking to try to go through, Max, and he'll kind of point out and to the east.
Fair enough.
You guys would recall the you have seen one other large tall pit before as well in this place. Back where you saw that portrait of Strahd previously, there was like a trapdoor on the floor that just descended into the darkness. But whether it's the same one or not, who knows?
Maybe just variations on a theme of traps and stuff that'll give us a headache.
Very possibly.
Cool. Yeah, as far as Callum's concerned, moving parts, even if they are controlled by levers and things in this place, are probably going to be designed to make our days pretty bad. So we'll continue and head east in normal formation, I think.
Perfect. Alrighty. So, Max and Esmeralda kind of leading.
Yep.
Seeker kind of slots back in the middle section, and Callum takes up the rear again. Continue on down this long corridor, and you find yourself at another set of double doors.
Open the door.
Max opens the doors. Max, as you open these doors, you kicking them open, or are you just like creeping them open slowly, quietly?
Not a bit to those, just literally just.
Sure thing. You push these heavy doors, and you see before you a
Aragorn
sculpted...
style. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a
Aragorn
sculpted
style.
stone railing encloses this long balcony, which overlooks a chapel of some kind. 2 ornate thrones stand side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. They face away from the double doors that you've just come through. And you see, I'll move for a little bit, this. So they kind of like, you see this like large, like, open space. It's about, fairly high ceilinged. You see, broken stained glass and things of the like, kind of just below. Maybe the small wisps of for the remaining late afternoon sun would be long. Wouldn't even come from this angle actually. So you probably would be getting maybe even a little bit of moonlight at this point. The early moon. Just coming through these like broken, boarded up windows.
I start move forward towards this thing here.
I can imagine this place being really nice.
Sure.
Back in the day.
Very back in the day, yes.
And have a closer look at this.
Sure, so Strahd, you like move all the way up to the seats, the like thrones. You kind of like peer around, and as you kind of like get close, Max, suddenly you see there's something sitting in this throne, and as you get close, it kind of just like spins around and like lashes out at you. And this is technically going to be a surprise round.
What?
So I will need everyone to re-roll me initiative, please.
I came slowly.
Yeah, and you entered within its reach.
Ah.
God fucking damn it.
I can
Fuck's
see
sake.
clearly now the core has come.
Right.
God damn it.
Stat
God
block.
damn it.
It's fine.
This is fine.
But
This is
this
all
is
fine.
fine.
And that's a 48 AT max.
That's a 48. What the?
Could you imagine?
You just
On,
rolled two
on
dice.
the main server, maybe 48 to hit.
Yeah. I won't elaborate for reasons.
How can you have 48? That's crazy.
He was joking. And I was also.
Was I?
So, it's setting a surprise
Yeah.
round. So, luckily, Max, you do get your reaction back as this claw swings around. Actually, it's more than just a claw. It's usually one claw, then a secondary claw, and then a bite all coming at you in quick succession. As this thing well and truly has the drop on you.
Wow. So is it claw and a bite?
Yeah, but don't worry, this thing's really shit.
Yeah, bitch.
And you see it's not alone. Its other one also rises as you've actually entered both of their reach, so it'll also fucking just go to town on you. As these two like zombies lash out in your direction.
Oh, it hits. Miss.
So 7 points of damage, 2 piercing, 5 slashing from the bite and the claw on the 2 non-natural 20s.
This is a 7 damage.
7 damage total, yeah.
7.
And then we go top of the round to Esmeralda. Esmeralda will have retrieved her items from the mannequin, and she will rush up to Max's side quickly, and she will do what Esmeralda do best.
Slay.
Slash. Oof.
Yeah, Queen.
Triple oof.
No.
Luckily, these
Jesus.
things don't have very high AC. She hacks at one on the right. Her first attack, just glances off the throne and, just goes wide. She parries it back and just manages to catch it on the second, and then brings a hand axe around to, hack the thing's head off. But the hand axe is, lodged in the neck. But yeah, it is definitely looking pretty rough after those 2 hits have connected with it. Lux, you would then be next to go.
I think it's me with 14.
Oh, yeah, sorry, 14.4. Callum.
It's not going to be anything major, don't worry. He is going to move 10, 15, 20, 25 up to this one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get out his silvered rapier and cast Booming Blade.
Beautiful. Make your attack.
Good.
14 will hit. 4 piercing damage.
4 piercing and 10 thunder. And then if it moves...
Removes the
Another
additional
12.
12, yeah. Nice. And yeah, it does seem to take the hit.
That'll be it.
Marvelous. I just need to check. See, whenever Esmeralda swung her hand axe, I just remembered because these things are weird. One arm pops off. The zombie, lies on the ground.
Seeing Lux kind of, as Callum's running over, Lux will, he'll say to Lux, go for that one. The one that Esmeralda's got is armless.
It's still
What's
got one
that
arm.
one? Your one on that one. I don't know what. You said that one.
Mostly armless then.
Go for the armless one. Okay.
Mostly armless.
But that it is then going to be your turn. Lux.
So many things I could do.
Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Is the arm down there?
Also, I'm playing around my audio. Can you hear me better like this or like this?
First one.
First one.
All 3 will
What?
hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, good damage.
Very good
Pew,
damage.
pew, pew.
You blast the first one and like send this thing like kind of like stumbling back. Line at the second shot, blast it over Max's like upper shoulder, and you watch as this thing like tumbles like backwards and falls, hitting its head off the balcony. Then you, I assume, pivot the other one onto the last remaining one, blast it as well. It's very injured, but it is still just about standing.
Thumbs up. And then
Beautiful. Max, it is now your turn. There is one zombie still standing, and its arm, which is on the ground, appears to be like pulling itself along towards Esmeralda's foot.
Oh, interesting. The arm entered my reach.
good head.
The arm
Does the arm-
has not entered your reach yet because it's only just fallen off. So
Okay. I will attack. I'm gonna start attacking the zombie here.
go for it.
So free attack. So will be two-handed with my spear.
Go for it.
So one.
That will definitely hit. You bring the spear down and you stab this thing through the chest, and it just kind of like lolls forward. Like it tries, like it kind of grabs your spear and like pulls itself and pulls itself and pulls itself, and it just like, it's like dies on the spear.
Is the thing all the way here? Is it?
The
So I'm
hand
gonna
is
go here.
still alive. Yeah.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna use my two other attacks in the end.
Per
Go
hand.
for it.
1, 2.
Beautiful. Yeah, you just bring the spear down and just like stab this thing through once, and then just for good measure, flick it off the spear and stab it again, and the hand does not move anymore.
All right. I'm gonna roll 2d6 because of my blood spear ability.
Perfect.
First creature died. Fuck. Okay. Second creature. So add the 3 temporary hit points.
Nice. And because you've moved all the way up to the edge and can actually peer down the balcony itself, I will let you get a good description of the chapel now that this combat is over. Dim, coloured light filters through the tall, broken, and boarded-up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter about the top of the 90-foot-high dome ceiling, which sits about 40 foot above where you stand. The balcony hangs 50 foot above the floor, and in the center of the balcony you find yourself stood between these 2 tall chairs. Below you see benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond this debris, lit by a piercing shaft of light, an altar stands upon a platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-reliefs of angelic figures entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statuette. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black mace lies on the floor near its feet. I will move
Mace?
in case you can get a little... Yeah, big mace.
The fuck was that?
um
What was
could I
that?
Motorbike or a cow, either or.
I was about to say, I was like, is that a trying to play like sound effect?
Nope, a motorbike riding past my house.
could my does my dark vision does my detect magic ping anything?
So, if you're standing right on the edge of the balcony, like you'd have to get yourself right up close and peer down. So it's about like a 50-foot kind of like diagonal then down towards it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you see both the statuette and the mace radiate with energy. Both enchantment magic. The statue specifically radiates with divine magic, and the mace radiates with, let's say,
Mace is one-handed, and it's one-handed weapon. It's not two-handed.
Guys,
it would be illusion magic on the mace.
be careful. That statue is radiating some sort of magic, like enchantment magic, but like, how do I explain this? Like divine, like almost celestial. And the mace is radiating enchantment, but illusion, I think is the best way to put it.
Should
magic, that's-
I fetch mace? I can fetch mace. Pretty good.
Did you say there's a cloaked figure at the altar?
Yeah, he's slumped over it.
Mhm.
I've got a rough idea of what you're looking at.
Well, don't forget there's someone or something standing right there.
Wait, he's like slumped over, like not moving.
Oh.
That's what we
Yes.
think.
A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black
Is it-
mace lies on the floor near its feet.
And there's no magic coming out from this cloaked figure, right?
Nope,
No.
just the statue and the mace.
And the statue is like wham, isn't it? It's like big.
Max is gonna go. Does it look like the cloaked figure is looking towards us, looking away from us?
It is slumped face
Slumped.
forward over the, like, altar.
Okay. So, Max gonna go. You, hello. Kind of grabbing his spear in his hand.
Yep, call it.
Callum will cast message to it at the same time to see if that gets through.
No
And,
response to
I-
either of you.
I'll step forward again.
Okay, so you jump off the
It's
50-foot high
50 foot
balcony.
down.
Oh fuck! Is it a balcony? Oh, sorry. I thought it was like
it's
a little
50-foot
door.
drop.
Okay,
Okay.
I will.
There's a stairwell to your northwest.
Oh,
If you'd much rather take that.
yeah. I mean, well, there's a stair there. Maybe we can go down the stairs.
I mean,
Just saying.
Nice one, Brains. Let's do that.
Okay.
Secret walk down the wall with his monkey blood.
What's down here? Interesting. There's anything
So
else
you have to
down
kind of
here?
like. There's
fuck it,
nothing.
let's
So,
just go.
okay, so
let's go.
Seeker, you're gonna walk. To walk down the walls, you kind of have to move all the way to the edge, like either north or south, and then kind of come down that way, because the balcony overhangs into the chapel itself. So there's no like. It's like a sheer drop. Like, well, it's a sheer drop. It's not like there's a wall below you to walk down. I don't think you can
Yeah.
walk on ceilings because you don't know the spider climb.
He can. I'll double check.
I think it's just walls and.
But vertical surfaces and water, yeah.
Could you give me the description of the statue again? Sorry, like, is it quite big?
The statue. Let me see here.
Also, he'll just use the stairs in that case. Will be easy.
Alrighty. So Max steps on the stairs first. Max, this staircase is made of old wood and it strains underfoot, creaking and groaning as you take the first step.
How high? How long is this jump? Want to jump down?
If you wanted to jump all the way over the stairs, it's a 10-foot jump to the stone landing.
Will it take the fall damage if you just come here and a run down here?
So it's a 10-foot by 10-foot drop. So you as long as you controlled your landing well, just be an acrobatics check, I guess, to like control your landing. Then you wouldn't risk any damage.
Looks like
'Cause
the
it's not like a
stairs is very-
straight jump. You're jumping. You're still jumping down.
Yeah, no, jump down.
The
looks like the
statue,
stairs is
deluxe, by the
very-
way, is a foot tall,
Is it a foot tall? Okay.
12 inches.
It's pretty
Looks like
big.
the stairs are very weak.
So that's a pretty big statue.
Callum
Um,
will go next to Max and be like, Max, do you want me to go first? I see that you're eyeing this up.
Go.
Can he investigate the maybe do an investigation check, perception check on the stairs themselves to see if they would maybe hold?
Yeah, just do a general investigation check just to see.
I will help him.
Perfect. 22? Yeah, despite like the old wood and like creaky nature, Callum. I mean, like, it looks like it's gonna hold. You probably like do a little like probably get Max to hold your arms and give like a good stomp, and like it creaks and groans in discomfort, but the wood holds.
Maybe we should just go down one at a time.
He will cast guidance on himself, saying a little prayer to Kalemvor and put his own life on the line, massively overcompensating and totally try to cheese it to try and seem like he's a good guy. And
Yeah.
will walk down first.
You think? Yeah,
To there.
nothing happens. The stairs creak and groan, but you get down to the landing safely.
So,
Seems safe. I'll continue once you've caught me up here.
I'll go the same way he's done.
Alrighty.
Yeah, sure. Seeker will also move.
Where's Irina and? Oh,
Oh,
the
Esmeralda
that's fine.
down. Esmeralda will
Yeah.
be down without issues. Stella kind of just behind her.
Yeah, I'll just walk down too.
No real issues on the first flight. There's another flight of stairs that descends further again.
And then head down. Callan would head down those again, sticking to the inside because it worked last time.
Alrighty. They kind of like, they probably are a little bit more. Sorry, I might have just undone whatever someone did there because I'm just transferring you over to a different map. Where are the old player tokens? Oh, they're gone. Cool. Fine. Yeah, so you descend down this next one, Callan, with kind of like little to no difficulty. And it kind of like winds back on itself again. There's another small landing, and you gradually make your way down until you basically find yourself coming out on the ground floor once more. And the stairs kind of end, entering into the chapel. You see a small kind of like alcove, a little arched room that connects to the vast chamber to the east, and the staircase you're coming down from the west. And you can just catch, if you're coming down, 8-foot tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. Black shadows fall across their faces.
Do they radiate magic?
Nope.
It looks good for the magic, since they don't seem magical. But compared to that tall statue.
Callan is going to cast Minor Illusion in front of the two statues to create a vision of Max walking past to see if they react at all.
Yeah, little minor illusion of Max appears, walking along, like kind of like walking on that 5-foot spot, effectively.
If Callan's doing that, I'll cast Minor Illusion 2 to create the sounds of footsteps.
Ooh,
Nice, very nice.
Nice.
Yeah. The illusionary Max with footsteps walks past. With your DCs, nothing seems to happen.
Should I
Callan will give the nod that would be okay to walk past.
Cool.
Seer, just in case, we'll try and move first.
Seeker will
I
push
go
to the
there.
front.
I'll go right next to Seeker.
Yeah, he'll like quickly move through, just like serpentine.
You move through Seeker, nothing happens. And then now you get a kind of that better look at the chapel as a whole, as I previously described it. You see there is a large set of double doors kind of just to your right, Seeker. Now you come in. And it's big. Like, you can't even see the ceiling anymore from where you currently are.
Try and split the statues.
Yeah, if you have a little look. Make a general investigation check if you like.
Secret help.
Sure, Seeker doubles back to help out with the statues.
Yep.
They are just very finely sculpted Lux, but nothing strange or startling. They're not even like suits of armor. They're just sculptures.
Yeah, they're like onyx or anything like that, or just stone.
They're just stone.
Where is this mace?
It is. You can actually see it right there on the map.
Oh, there. Mac's gonna slowly approach here.
Kind of moving along the pews, like the smash pews.
I think, I'll see if no one else would. I think Lux would go to the statue.
Callum would probably stay within range-ish, but maybe take a seat at one of these pews and just kind of bow his head. So,
Esmeralda will call out there's another alcove down there, by the way. She's like, there's another alcove to the south. Seeing more of those sculptures.
Do I see? Okay, so can I see this figure closer, like properly now? What it is?
Yeah.
Is it like a skeleton? What is it?
He's wearing a fur-lined black cloak, embroidered with golden thread. And you can even see, just like kind of falling through that, you can see he's wearing chainmail. But they kind of have the hood up, so it's hard to make out the features of this thing. But you probably see like a hand, like outstretched towards the statue, and it's just kind of like this like mummified hand. Like it's not, the flesh hasn't even had a chance to properly like decompose.
So he's got like this black fur, so like coat thing over his armor, is it?
Yeah, like over his whole body, like a big fur coat.
That's fucking cool. I want that.
Just take it to dead bodies.
Where's the statue?
The statue is smack bang in the middle of the altar.
Where is he? So he points towards this.
He's like outstretched towards that statue. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my spear, gonna kind of lift off his face with my spear, like.
You see this horrific visage of like this mummified face of a what was probably once human man.
How does this cloak look? Does this look like in a good condition or any armor?
It looks in a pretty good condition. As the armor again looks fairly well looked after. Lux will tell you neither of them are magical. Just the mace and the statue.
None of them are magical. Okay, so Mac's gonna go. He's gonna grab the mace.
Okay. Max picks up the mace. It's this big, like, black mace.
Mac. Oh, fuck, it's gonna be cursed, isn't it? Fuck's sake. Alright, and Mac's also gonna take off this robe. And he's gonna.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you unclasp it from around his neck. You take it off his shoulders. This big, heavy, warm, black fur-lined cloak.
Does that classify as? I don't need a warm clothing anyway, probably. Okay, Max is gonna swing. Put it on.
Okay.
It's a bit long for you, Max.
Can
It
I
drags
have
on the ground and
Look-
provides.
Looks like a kid, like Rugrats or something.
Yeah.
It's
wearing
fine.
Grown-ups
I
clothes.
like it. Look
Could
cool.
I do like a medicine check to see how long he's maybe been dead for?
Sure.
Right.
Also, while this is happening, can Seeker move and have a look at this other alcove?
Perfect. Yes, of course you can. So, an 18 Lux. He's been dead for a fair while. Mummification, it kind of like generally can come in a couple of months after death, and it depends how the corpse is kept or how long the mummification kind of goes. It's obviously not being deliberately brought on. It's probably more just this body has not been treated. No one has cared for this body after the fact it has died, and as such, you're not going to get like pristine bones or anything.
It was
cleaned.
it was more as if like, was it maybe like a recent adventure in party? That's kind of like I was wondering maybe, but judging by that, because Seeker mentioned was that.
Yep.
You know, assuming obviously there's been more than just his party before as well.
Mm-hmm. And Lux, now you're a bit
do-
closer to the statue, you can see it is made of solid silver, and the size of it probably looks quite heavy.
Could I like pick it up and inspect it?
You touch the
Because
statue?
obviously I touched because I know this is a magical one.
Okay.
Sure.
You touch the statue. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Lux, you touch the statue. I just check something. Character sheet. Let's see here.
Probably like hesitant at first, and then I'll just be like, you know, when you're like, nah, we'll be fine.
You heft it up, Lux, and it weighs probably about 10 pounds. And you've got it in your hand. It's not actually that heavy, but it just looks like it should weigh more than it actually does. And as you kind of like hold it in your hand, inspect it, nothing seems to happen. It's a statue of this figure, kind of kneeling, arms outstretched.
Oh, he's fucking cursed, isn't he? Oh
I don't know.
shit. Out of character.
With a con save?
Who knows?
Oh, he's fucking sick. Anyway, as Max was taking off the cloak and stuff, he was gonna like kind of like tap down his mummified corpse as well, see if there's anything useful.
Yeah,
Or
finding
anything
down, apart from the chainmail that he wears and the cloak and the mace, there's nothing else really of interest in this guy.
Okay. And the altar, there's anything else in the altar?
Just the statuette.
Okay, which Lux has it now, yeah?
Lux now has it in possession, yeah.
Okay, I'll go around the things. There's anything behind the counter?
Looking around, nothing seems to be down there. And Seeker, you see another arched room connecting the chapel to another staircase. The stairs rise and fall in this big, large, spiral kind of manner.
He's like, more stairs.
I'll go to Callum's like, Callum, is this the chapel way? We're looking
Uh,
at
Callan's head is bowed. His hands are clasped probably around the holy symbol,
Okay.
as though he's praying. He's
Oh,
not
okay,
actually looking at
so in that case he wouldn't have disturbed you.
it. Yeah.
I think Lux though he would probably sit next to Cannon and start praying to his deity, holding the statue.
I think
Even though Cannon's praying, I think Lux would be like, Cannon, I know you're praying, but do you maybe want to touch this statue as well? It seems magical as I pray to it. Maybe we can pray together.
Wordlessly, knowing that Silver generally has done us okay in this place, he would probably keep the holy symbol in one hand and reach out and just touch the scepter with the other.
Perfect. While this lovely moment is happening down there, and Seeker, you're kind of calling out that you find more stairs. Seeker, you hear a scratching noise, and out of the shadows comes a broom sweeping its way towards you, as though held by invisible hands. And it's coming towards you. It's like.
Could he try and like catch the broom? Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, he's try and catch the broom.
Sure. You like put it in a hand, like try to catch it.
Yep.
Yeah. Perfect. Roll initiative.
Is this a broom flying?
What is broom of flying? What is broom?
Look, broom.
You're deep in the dungeon now, bitch. Fucking brooms.
I'm going to apply my guidance that I've been casting.
Perfect.
Wait.
Maybe if we tame it, we can turn it into a broom flying.
Maybe.
This is like Is this a Pokemon now? What is this?
Tame the broom.
Deja vu. I've just been in this place before. Hi, on the street.
Okay. Fucking hell, I've got like a million bloody things on my turn order right now. I need to work out who's real and who's not. So, Stella can go, and Esmeralda can go, the Strahd's up can go.
Human.
So, Max rolled 20, so that's old Max. Seeker rolled 21, so that's old Seeker. That's old Callan, and that's old Lux. Perfect. So now I can get Esmeralda and Stella into Bing. And Bing.
Bing, bing, bong, bong.
So Seeker, you like
Bing.
reach out and try to grab this broom. Make me a grapple check.
Mm-hmm. Just general athletics, right?
Yeah, an athletics check.
Mm-hmm. Natural 19.
This thing tries to like wiggle away from you, but you just like hold it tight and stop it from sweeping in place.
He just like inspects like, hello, who are you? And that's gonna be his turn.
Okay. Lux, you see Seeker is holding a broom. As you and Callan are praying.
It'd be Max with a 20.
Oh, Max, sorry, yeah.
So.
Roll 20 has fucked me. There we go. Max, sorry. You see Seeker's holding a broom while you're like looking around this chapel. Max?
Max?
All right. So Max is going to go. Fuck. The broom hasn't.
That improvised action.
The broom has swept up towards Seeker, and then Seeker has reached out and grabbed the broom.
Okay. I'm gonna just go towards. Can I just like go straight down? This is like ready to move around this benches in here and stuff.
You can like
Can just go
squeeze
straight
through.
Like...
It's not that big a deal. You can like squeeze your way through the actual.
Okay, so alright, so just gonna go there. So I was here, so I'll go. Point.
Replace Seeker. So the
What do you got there?
Like,
What is this broom?
A flying broom. It flew up to me.
Maybe we should just leave it alone.
Oh,
It hasn't attacked us.
I just wanted to have a closer look.
I think we should just leave it alone.
Okay. Can you release a grapple after his turn, or does it have to be on his turn?
You can release it any time if you want. Just end the grapple.
Yep, he'll just.
Perfect. Yep. The broom kind of like as you release a grapple, it like leans away from you, like it's about to fall.
Okay,
And then it kind
I
of just
will.
like sits there.
I
Michael
oh
Jackson.
really?
Yeah, it's like Michael Jackson doing that forward lean. It's like impossibly like at an angle right now. As if it's
Okay, I
fine, so
will.
weird balance.
I will hold an action if anything hostile comes towards me. I'll just attack it.
Sure.
And I end my turn.
Alright, Lux, you see something's going on with a broom down there, but nothing really big is happening right now.
I think I'll just carry on praying. If there's something, I mean, Seeker's got it grappled and doesn't seem he's struggling. So I'll carry on praying.
Esmeralda will kind of just like keep quietly, like with Stella, probably like, you know, maybe. Esmeralda's definitely like a cat person, so Esmeralda's like taking a fondness to like what was the Stella's cat's name? Was it Buttons or Mittens or something? Whatever the cat's name was. It's been so long. It was Buttons. She's kind of like, you know, kind of takes Stella's mind off things by trying to like, you know, help her focus on the cat. Kind of like leaning into that as best she can. You can tell Esmeralda is probably should never be a mum. She's not really got an inch of maternal instinct in her at all. But you guys are all busy fucking around, so she's stuck babysitting. She's also like the only real woman, as she looks over at like Lux, currently illusionary as Irina, who's busy. Callum?
It'd probably be this moment that Callan's hand touches the statue.
Yep.
And
Maybe
he
because she's a saving throw.
God.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Nothing seems to happen.
Rolled so bad.
Okay. Fucking hell. So screwed. Yeah, he's not getting involved with the broom. He is trying to connect with his deity, Kalemvar, to present a case for why he should be
Worthy.
maybe have a bit of support and a bit of encouragement from him.
I think you would know that no matter how, you know, deliciously charming and lovely you can be, this is not a test of your silver tongue, this is a test of your faith.
Yeah, no.
So just roll a d20 and then add your wisdom spellcasting modifier, so plus your proficiency bonus and your wisdom
Just
modifier.
Cool. So that would be. Let's have a look. I've not got a check that's exactly like that. Cool. So it'd be +6 on this d20.
Cool. A 19. You like reach out, Callan. And although this place it has this kind of like, you know, the mummified corpse, the zombies that were now dead but overwatching the whole thing, the boarded up windows that lets some light spill out. This is still a fairly holy place. It's not hallowed ground anymore, you don't think, but maybe it was once upon a time. But yeah, you definitely reach out and try to like find this connection to your deity and try to like plead and work out what's wrong. And yeah, you don't hear your prayers being answered. You're not like casting an augury or anything like that. But you know, you're being heard. Like you feel that divine connection. You can cast your divine magics. It's not like you've been cut off, like, or blocked off in any way. Your divine radiance is still with you right now, but the amulet, or the holy symbol of Ravenkind, still seems to be, you know, you can channel like spells through it, but it's not giving you its all like it once was.
I think Callan is probably inwardly realizing that although this might be a bit of a futile task, he's probably doing this more for himself than for the deity of the holy symbol, just to remind himself that he's not a bad guy. Like, I don't know, he's not evil aligned, he's just dripped to neutral, but he's been good all his life.
Yeah.
And now he's facing struggles that Kalemvar would have done when he was mortal, and then, you know, as the judge of the dead or judge of the damned or something, he could probably relate to some of the stuff that Callan's going through. But that'll be the end of Callan's turn.
Perfect. And at the end of your turn, Callan, you just hear two whack whack as this animated broom suddenly swings at Seeker's head to take vengeance for trying to grab it.
That hits.
It hits you for 5 damage, Seeker, just right on the fucking beak.
Jesus.
Ow.
Just leave it alone.
Bonk.
And then it will kind of like it's kind of like, whereas before it was hovering, like it was like sweeping the ground. Now it's like hovering like a baseball bat, like it's if you could see someone standing there holding it ready to swing.
This is perfect.
Stella will like look over and like you kind of see a moment of she doesn't know whether to like laugh like this is funny or like scream in genuine panic, but she just moves behind Esmeralda, just like holding buttons close to her chest.
Just
Seeker,
leave it
it's
alone.
your turn.
Wait, oh, is his turn again?
Yeah.
He'd look at the broom and he'd just cleave it in half.
Sure. Make an attack.
He'd like rub his beak.
Face
Actually,
palm.
You pick like some straw out from your beak.
Basically. Nothing personal, broom. He'll go one-handed because he's too busy rubbing his beak with the other hand.
Sure thing. Yeah, you slash it with the sun sword for 16 damage. You like shear the broom, like just dodges out of the way a lot of the damage, but like still takes a good heavy hit. In fact, although the majority of the broom dodges it, you watch as you just like rip off all of the actual straw like end of the broom, the head of the broom, and you just see this like a stick now floating there, completely barren, but still alive. And you swing again.
Beautiful.
And yeah, the radiant energy, it's strange because obviously it's not like you're doing, it's like a laser or anything, not cutting through. It's almost like channeling it through the thing. And like so as like it's like the first bit kind of like falls away to the ground, you gotta bring the second one through and it just like falls and just like this like wooden stick with this like probably big divine scorch mark kind of floats through it that like kind of like this golden glow then just like slowly fades back to like nothing. And we're out of initiative. The broom's dead.
You broom murderer.
Killed the broom. Congratulations.
Why don't you kill your broom?
Do we level up after that?
Can the broom use his quarterstaff?
Yeah, if you want to, if they pretty perfect for quarterstaff actually. Lux, looking over now here in the chaos, that broom very briefly radiated enchantment magic, and now it radiates nothing.
That wasn't. No, never mind.
He's still rubbing his beak. It was like, ow.
It was a good hit.
It was a good hit.
Wow.
Callan's probably going to open one eye and then open the other, look over and think, what the and then probably stop his praying and stand up.
So this goes down and it goes up, is it?
It goes down and it goes up.
Okay. I'll say there's another staircase here. One goes up, one goes down.
There's also some doors here, Max.
Where are the doors?
Big double
Massive
doors right at the
doors
entrance.
right there.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, Max is gonna go here and open his doors.
Okay. Max, you push open these doors like
not
Aragon
normal.
once more.
Oh my
Not
Um,
much in order, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm not ready for this.
And Max, you are met with a sight that probably makes you just feel uncomfortable. This grand hall is choked with dust and stretches into darkness ahead. And you've had to like pull these doors towards yourself. They obviously swing inward. You see webs hanging from the arch ceiling like drapes, with life-size statues of knights lining the hallway on both sides. Their eyes looking right at you.
Oh.
The statues.
The doors that you've just swung open, they are heavy, like bronze doors, and you've kind of like looking at them. You see like they if they were close together and you're looking through the side, you'd see a symbol of beaten bronze. It looks like the rising or setting sun. And yet there are statues all the way down that corridor, Max.
So, looking at that, the bronze symbol, I'm assuming from the design, from the symbols we've seen before, is that like the Morning Lord?
Not quite the Morning Lord. It's like a symbol of a rising sun. So you've seen the Morning Lord depicted in like a couple of different fashions. But yeah, a rising sun is definitely could be interpreted that way. It's definitely not Mother Light. Definitely not Mother Light. Mother Night.
Okay. I'll come close to this statue here to have a close inspection.
Are they radiating anything? Especially because they're all staring at us.
The statues are all radiating no magic. And Max, you get closer, and all these eyes is following you. Like, fixed.
I don't like this.
And
I
you
don't
see
either.
2,
I think it's-
4, 6,
I don't like
8,
this.
10, 12 stretching off into the darkness, illuminated by
I
the
think
sun
you should just not stop in here and go back. I don't like the way this starts.
Max, did you say something about stairs? Yeah, stairs.
Yes, let's
Stairs.
go back slowly.
Okay, yes.
I can't.
Well, this doesn't lead down. We want to go down, so let's.
Yeah.
Yes.
I move down, but like walking backwards. Like I kind of like as I go like I close the door. Go,
Yep, you close. Shut the doors once more. Heavy bronze doors. Oh,
Yep. Okay. Down the stairs we go.
I was expecting something really scary, but I mean that was creepy. But
Probably be a lot of like dead bodies or like.
I was waiting for that moment. I was like, "There's no way that I'm gonna have Callan cast in vicious mockery, because bye." Yeah.
okay. So beautiful. So you have stairs. Are you going up or are you going down?
Down, I guess.
Oh,
Down,
right.
deeper and down.
to the cellar.
The
How are we
large-
doing? How are we
Go
doing
ahead.
for time for everybody as well? By the way,
I'm alright.
um,
I'm good.
how late can you go, Kaz?
I prefer,
minutes?
considering I'm writing 2 exams tomorrow, I prefer midnight.
Cool.
That's
So
fine.
50 minutes.
Midnight your time or our time?
Midnight my time.
Oh,
50
so 1 hour.
minutes.
50 minutes.
Everybody's time. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So, you have this large spiral staircase leading down the large flagstones underfoot around a 20-foot wide stone core. Cobwebs fill the staircase, making it difficult to even see the ceiling, as heavy beams sag overhead from sentries supporting the weight. So you descend down. Let's see here. Oh, I've got to go to our fucking side of the book right now. I see you guys have that. So, let me copy you guys. I was going to put the lovely broom of animated attack on the GM layer. Mighty, we are going all the way to
There.
Let me see. Where are we? So yeah, the stairwell descends down about 30 feet, 70 feet, deeper and deeper. And after about, yeah, around 70 foot down, you begin to see an end of this stairwell, kind of like coming towards you all. So, that will put us, put Callan there, and I will move us to the new layer. Not been on this map before.
Oh boy.
That's either a very good sign or a very bad sign. It's probably both.
So, you kind of like come to the end of the stairs, and you see opening up before you, buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft, lie ancient catacombs, with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The black ceiling is moving. What would you like to do?
Free action cry.
Sure. It is a free action to cry.
I guess you
Cool.
just said it's like loads of like cobwebs and stuff.
So there is like cobwebs limp in the musty air, a thick fog clings to the floor like dry ice, and the floor itself is covered in putrid waste, and the black ceiling is moving.
Does my eyes pick up anything?
Within 30 foot of you? No.
Should we press on then?
Yes, let's.
You done,
Yes,
Max?
let's go.
Where are we going?
Yes. Let's go. Let's keep going forward.
Okay.
Max, keep going.
Start moving, inching
Oh,
forward.
what's in here? What's in here?
That's the bottom of the stairs. You look up, Max, and you see that what we thought was a solid stone core of the staircase, it must have been hollow, because you look up, and all as high as the light will shine from your staff that the Lux has still cast light on, you see just rises in the darkness.
Okay.
Quick question.
Yep.
Would Seeker recognize the script? I know it was mentioned he was in a crypt in Ravenloft. I'm not sure if it's this one or it's another
It
one.
would have been this one, Seeker, yes.
He's like, yeah, look around. He's like, I have been here once. Not that that has changed much.
And Max, you step on something and you feel it squelch underfoot. You look down and probably move the fog a little bit, and you can just see just bat guano
Bat guano, like loads covered in it.
covered,
Oh,
inches deep almost in some places.
God. Must be fucking disgusting. Like, the smell here must be horrible.
Oh, it's putrid. It is.
Okay. Oh, God. Let's just keep moving.
Callan is going to put some of the bat guano in a small pouch.
Perfect.
Because he doesn't have a component pouch. But if you can find some sulfur, he will have the necessary components to still cast Fireball without a
Perfect.
focus.
How else is here?
I wish I didn't learn this one.
Oh,
This
God.
Max,
is
this is a door. So you kind of see this is one of these actual
like a cell?
catacombs. It's like a crypt, you think. You see the stone door of this crypt has been carefully laid to one side. Through the swirly mist of the perpetual fog, freshly engraved letters spell out the words Irina Koliana, wife. The crypt is empty and has been swept clean.
Oh, God. This is Irina's crypt.
Oh,
Looks at looks.
Completely empty. I'll step inside.
Okay, you step inside. It
And
is,
have a-
it is empty.
Excuse me, don't step into my.
But
Rude.
didn't he call by Irina? He used to call her Irina Tatiana, though, didn't he?
He used to call her Tatiana, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll go to the
This
next
is-
one.
this is probably for if Strahd ever took my arena.
Does it look like it's been it's been
So the
Open
door
recently?
looks like it's never been so the other one that you just moved towards there, Max, that door is
Yeah.
sealed. So this one you just walked up towards. To give you a different example, this crypt is like a sealed stone door. It's the crypts are all seeming about 10 foot square, and the stone door is like a tight-fitting stone slab. It measures about 3 foot wide, thereabouts, 5 foot tall, and if it's anything like the one you just looked at in Irina's, it's 3 inches thick. Removing or
what's the
resetting a
name?
stone slab. On
Yeah.
this one, I'll tell you a second. Removing or resetting a stone slab is going to require a strength check.
What's the name on the name on the slab?
This one, forgive me, there's a lot of crypts in here. On this one, the name reads Patrina Velikovna, bride.
Another bride. This one is Patrina.
Seeker, was my tomb here before when you came here?
would he know? I could make a history check, perhaps. If he
Speaker,
can.
if you can make an intelligence check to see if you remember, or even to see if you guys even investigated all these
Yeah.
catacombs, you might have come a different way, or so we'll put
Yeah.
your roll.
Yeah, he doesn't.
No, you came from a different area. You kind of came more from like you've seen these catacombs before, but you kind of came more further north. There was another way down you came in via. And it was a completely different stretch.
It was a long time ago, and we didn't come from here. We came from the north.
I guess I'll just keep going.
Yeah, you don't open the door.
Do you really think it should be opening the crypts? What do you guys think?
We should not disturb
Exactly.
the dead if we can. If we can.
I just want to see what is it. Yeah, I agree. Max gonna check the names on the crypts. I think
Okay.
it will probably.
The
So
next
just tell me
one.
the name.
The next one reads Sir Eric Vanderbucks.
Okay.
Sorry, Eric.
Sir
I-
Eric
I've se-
Vanderbucks.
Thunderbox.
I've
So
seen
pretty
a meme about a Curse of Strahd party where their longest session was in here reading it various things.
So it's gonna go here. So it's gonna go basically here, and then here, and then here. This one.
Callan's gonna stick with Max.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's gonna
So just save time. Just want to check the names of that one. Go this one and go there.
Could I put like my ear to each one as we go through and see if I
Sure.
hear anything?
Make a perception check on as you go, Lux. And while you do that, Lux, make me 5 perception checks, and I'll do them in the same order that Max is moving along, and then I'll let you know if you hear anything. Max, you hear this one that you read, sorry, is Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monument to his life. Then the next one is you see written on this one. Let me see here. Check something. Yeah, you see written on this one, Lux Illustrans,
What?
and it is closed. It is not like. It's not like
Lux.
Irina's one, which is open.
Lux, come here.
So I'll be.
Have a look at this. Actually, no. Like, in fact,
Listen,
I want
Lux.
to. Actually, I want to do that. I was like, Callum, come here. Have a look at this one.
Yeah, Lux will be too busy trying to listen into each catacomb first.
Max, keep your voice down. We need to open this before Lux gets here. We need to. This is not right. And Callum will help Max to
Okay.
open it.
I
Sure.
open.
Strength
this.
check. Get advantage because Lux is because Callan is helping.
Strength check.
Mm.
Athletics. No.
Nope.
Strength, straight strength.
Nope. This one's empty.
Yeah, and you're listening, Lux. You're not hearing anything. Not hearing anything. You probably get up to about here as you hear the sound of the stone. You kind of like push it in and then like gently set it to the side. Inside this crypt, you see your noses are hit with a stench of decay, and you see a marble slab within. It is the spitting image of Lux. And funnily enough, it looks like the Lux you recognize, not Irina as he appears at the moment.
And not the shapeless changeling form that.
Wait. So if this his body, like, is that like his actual form, which you have
So-
never seen?
Well, we don't know.
Because Lux has always been like an elf form. So I guess like
Yeah,
when they die.
this is Lux as you would recognize Lux generically.
Okay. So we know it's okay.
This is my human
this is-
disguise.
Yeah,
as you
This
can say.
is-
But I mean, Lux has been not exactly openly honest about his abilities. So
Yeah, Callan just thinks it's disguised self.
yeah, he always says like, yeah, it's kind of like this guy's
Yeah.
self. It's
Yeah.
like,
I will get close to the body and investigate the body.
I've always just said it's Mordekaiser taught me a special spell. I think it
Yeah.
was something like that.
you touch the body, Max, or do you just like look at it close?
I'll look closer.
Stinks of like.
Does it look like decay? Does it look like Normal.
Make a medicine check if you like. If you want to try to suss out how long it might have been dead for.
Okay. So,
20. Max, this is like the stars kind of align in your brain. You remember, like, Lux turning into Irina, kind of like just before you guys arrived in the castle, just in the outskirts. You like look at the color, the way the skin's turning, like, you know, you've like peer, and the eyes are like open, like bolt open, just staring at the ceiling. You peer, and it's just the way they've kind of glazed over. It's the identical amount of time.
I'll touch it.
You touch it, your hand goes right through it, and the corpse vanishes.
And is anything left on its place? Just like an empty just an empty thing.
Empty
Okay.
slab.
Okay, that's so it's illusion then. And I go back and look at the door. Is the name is still the door?
You look back, name still reads.
I'll touch it like this.
Strands. Yeah,
I'll
touch
touch
it.
the name of the
That's
door.
engraved in the stone. You feel it bump under your
Is that engraved on the stone? Yeah.
That is engraved in the stone.
It's not like a little slab of shit. Okay. Okay, let's
It's like engraved
just...
on like the epitaph, like on the actual thing itself.
Okay, well, let's go out of here. Well, there's nothing there. Let's go to the next one. Don't worry about that one, Lex. There's nothing there.
What do you mean? Like,
There's
to
nothing there.
start going to that exact
Yeah.
location.
Lux, you
Cal-
you walk
Cal-
over towards it. Callum, what do
Callan's
you do?
just gonna like just stand in the doorway.
Sure.
It's like there's nothing here. It's okay. What's
Like,
that one
like
saying?
you know when you're trying, like you're like really
Yeah.
trying to peer through, but
I mean,
guess
Lux, you're like looking over Callan's shoulder, and you just catch a glimpse, and yeah, there must be nothing in there. The epitaph is blank. There's nothing on it.
okay. So you just
Callan, you like,
wander
you, like
off.
look over your shoulder, and where I once read Lux's name, there's nothing there.
Oh,
Callan
there's-
is lost for words at this point.
Max, this one, you listen. This one reads, Sasha Ivliskova, wife.
the wife. Are we gonna carry on looking this scripts?
Let's move off.
Or should he just carry on moving forward?
I mean, we should probably push to one of the edges, whether it's east, north, south. He's unlikely to have his own crypts among these.
I mean, if you saw what you saw, Callum, perhaps there's more to scripts than meets the eyes.
As you kind of like look to the east, Callum, you're saying that you see wide steps descend to a landing flanked by two alcoves, and within each alcove you can just see there is some bronze statue, you think, but it's hard to make out what they are of from this angle. And you see a soft blue curtain of light floating between the two alcoves. And dimly visible on the other side are more descending stairs. That's kind of off to the east.
Callan's got mild PTSD-like reaction to curtains. This place, nothing good's behind him. Cool. He'll probably just keep that to himself and let Max lead. He's wary of dictating terms at this point.
Okay. Even Max would like to have a look at some of these more of the scripts, but I don't think we don't have enough time to go around all of them. I think we should just go east. So Max would, I think we should just carry on with east.
Yeah.
Keep moving east. Esmeralda, Stella, keep up.
Yeah,
So
back
Max,
to normal
you
marching order.
you get to there, Max, and the blue light is just now in front of you. This landing is this blue light.
Look. To Lux, can you see anything in this light?
I,
Much, guys.
if my eyes were one off, obviously I'd recast it
You
and
recast
see.
them, perfect. Yeah, this is radiating conjuration magic, Lux.
What's radiating it? The statues
The
or
blue light. The blue light that fills this kind of landing alcove.
Oh, this is radiating conjuration magic. That's not good.
And I
will
will say
take my-
the like your light, as soon as light hits this thing, it just like goes into like just vanishes on the other side. So it's very hard to see through beyond.
I'm gonna grab my my glaive, which is like 10 foot long. I'm gonna my glaive through.
You wave the
See what
glaive through.
happens. Stop
Nothing
moving around,
happens.
tapping the floor with my glaive.
Yep. Ting, ting, ting. Nothing happens. You could probably get. I'll put an actual physical line so it's a bit more clear because it is only. It's not like this big bathing area. It's like this little. It's actually like this here. It's like that blue line. But it emits this light kind of around it. But you see, it's like the
Oh, I see.
solidest point is there. It's quite hard to see because it goes right over a grid.
Does my glaive go through it, or like it's like a barrier?
If you wave your glaive through it, glaive passes through, no problem.
Okay. Okay, there's just water to find out what's beyond this place. Max gonna go forward.
You step into it.
Step in, gonna go for it.
Max reappears at the top of the stairs.
What? Oh,
Max, you took a step,
what
and suddenly you're at the top of the stairs.
just happened? What? Did you? How did it end up here?
That is a sign.
I'm gonna attach a. Okay, I'm gonna attach a rope. I'm gonna grab a rope, then I'm gonna give Dota into Lux.
Sure.
Okay, Lux, grab this rope. I'm gonna go
Okay.
for it. Again,
Okay, buddy.
Max, you
because I'm not
step
gonna
through.
trust you.
I trust you too.
Lux,
So,
the rope falls to the ground, and Max reappears behind.
Oh, did the rope like kind of split in half or something?
No, just like as in it's as if you just vanished from it. So the rope is still there. Like the loop of the rope, Lux is still holding onto it, but it's now just on the floor,
Could
and you've appeared behind Lux.
Seeker
Can I ask-
walking backwards into the barrier.
Okay. Seeker, I do need to ask you this openly because your character sheet is not finalized on D&D Beyond. What's your alignment?
His alignment. Oh wait, I didn't usually put there for my characters. It would be probably chaotic neutral. Pretty
Okay.
sure.
Seeker,
Somewhere
you
around
walk backwards into the beam, and you appear at the top of the stairs.
I don't know if this is a map thing. The blue light, there seems to be a gap behind the statues. I guess Callan might notice with a 21 passive perception.
Yeah, you think,
is
Callan,
that- is that
you wouldn't be able
intentional?
to fit through it? These statues are big, like they take up almost the full alcove. These big bronze statues holding like spears. But a small creature, Max, could probably squeeze through that. Or if you were like a gas or had some way to like change your form, you could probably squeeze through. But a medium-sized creature, it's impossible to squeeze through. But a small-sized creature could squeeze through. You'd effectively have to be tiny to
Oh.
move through easily.
Okay.
He will point that out to Max and be like, Max, can you shimmy round? Do not go too far. But perhaps if you could have a look and see
Okay.
and call back to us.
Lux is gonna close his eyes and
Okay.
walk through.
Okay, so Max shimmies around. Lux, you close your eyes and walk through. And Lux, you pass through uninhibited.
Could Seeker try to use his wall walking or like run over the
Hey,
walls?
Max.
Floor to ceiling. Unless
Oh,
you can
how-
speed
how-
through the statue seeker, it's not.
How did you get here?
Oh,
I
How did you get here?
I just walked through it.
How?
Just closed my eyes and walked through.
Esmeralda will turn to Stella, and then to Callan. I'm like, what are we doing here? Are we going through all of us, or
I'm
Callan, can Callan do a check to see whether Dispel Magic would work on this thing?
you can certainly
'Cause
make
that
an
would-
Arcana check.
Yeah.
10? You're not
My
sure.
rolls.
It like Lux would tell you it's radiating conjuration magic, but like it's not a spell you recognize. It could be something more powerful than you're capable. It might be like, you know, a contest, or it may be something that can't just be dispelled at all, or maybe there's another way to turn it off. You're not sure.
Yeah, he's saving his slots. Callum will try to walk through.
Callan, you try to walk through, and you ping back to the top of the stairs.
Drat. Lux, Max, can you hear me through the curtain?
Yep, you can hear
Can
it
I?
fine.
yes, I can.
Your
Look,
light
Lux is
doesn't
here.
pass back through. So currently, your one side is lit by Max's like kind of staff, and the other side is lit by the sun sword. And the wall itself illuminates like a small bit of light as well around it.
Esmeralda, close your eyes and try to walk through.
Alright, she closes her eyes, and she tries to walk through, and Esmeralda also gets pinged back to the top of the stairs.
I mean, it worked for me.
Max gonna. How about if I try to come back? Max gonna try to come back. Cross again.
Okay, so...
Hey, wouldn't he ping back to the other side then?
Ping back somewhere else completely.
If Max tries to
Right to
walk
Strahd's
back...
bed.
Max, you pass through without difficulty from this side. It appears to only affect you when you're going west to east, not east to west.
But I'll go around then. Okay. Weird. It works fine from the other side. I'm gonna go back to relax. I'll report back to you guys.
With my eyes, do I sense anything? Like, do I see anything?
With your eyes, Lux, you kind of like look around. I mean, you obviously just see this kind of like thunderation. Are you stepping down into this area?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'll probably go ahead in front.
Okay. So you're gonna walk together. Just place yourselves how you would be, and I will kind of describe this chamber. You see, this tomb rests in hushed silence. Tall, stained glass windows dominate the eastern walls, allowing dim light to fall on two coffins resting atop white marble slabs. The one against the north wall is marked King Barov von Zarevich, and the one against the south wall is marked Queen Rivonia van Royen. The vaulted ceiling, 30 foot overhead, is inlaid with beautiful gold mosaic. And standing with his back to you, looking out over Barovia through the window, crackle of lightning as the silhouetted form of Strahd is illuminated before you all. And he turns to face you, smiles, and just offers out a clawed hand, and he just says, "I have been waiting for you." And he drops on the ground a Taroka card, which lands on the floor.
You know what?
Find the father's tomb.
As soon as you said the King Barovich, I was like, oh no, I know what we've just done.
And with half the party stuck on the other side of some sort of strange light curtain, that is where we're going to stop for today, because
for
that
fuck's
is
sake.
boss battle territory, people. That's it. Next time, we take on Strahd.
I can get a couple of people through. But I'm going to choose between Esmeralda and Seeker.
I think Esmeralda can go through herself.
No, she can't. She can't go through. She pinged back to the top of the stairs.
She picked back, yeah. She's not lawful.
You know what? As soon as you read the King Bar, I was like, oh no, I know where we are. I was like, the father's too. I was like, that's what I was like, Max, we need to leave, but it was too late.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Shit.
you chose to enter the room. It's gonna be fun next time. I was like, I'll probably not get Strahd wrapped up before I move, but maybe we will. Maybe we will.
Fuck it. Can we do a session tomorrow?
I can't. I'm working.
Oh fuck.
No, not allowed.
Fuck that.
I'll call in for work on your behalf. I'll try and do your accent and be like,
Strahd.
I've only got 4 shifts left, so you know, be fine.
Nah, fair enough.
But we'll organize next week. We'll try to get a nice long session and maybe get a couple of, like, if not days off, try to get time when people can start a little bit earlier.
Jesus.
Honestly, like, I can start.
Gonna Tuesday, Wednesday.
I can start early any day except for.
You gotta remember, you don't have to get through. We can probably just run back. Max go through the wall fine on this side.
I'm good to start early any day except the Tuesday probably.
Could do next
This
Wednesday.
is kind of like, I feel like this is definitely the moment where, you know, you're like, yeah, we could just go back through the wall. It's like, yeah, but you've opened this can of worms now. It's there.
Yeah. Thing is, we're gonna see you. We're gonna hear this. We're gonna see you two running towards the curtain, and it's gonna be like, "What? What is it?" And then Strahd.
You see our faces
Strahd.
all panic, just like we need to go, we need to go, we need to go.
Run.
And yeah, unfortunately, that is where we're going to stop for today. I'm not going to roll initiative yet, because otherwise we'll forget where we are. So I'll make a little note. And the next session could be the last.
Oh my god, that's really weird to think. That's really weird to think that might be our last session.
It's gonna almost. I think if the way it looks like, it's gonna take us exactly a year to finish this campaign.
Yeah. Which is
We
really
started,
weird
like,
considering
first week
we've
in
been-
November.
Yeah, we had 3 weeks. 3 months where it was like once a month, pretty much on the first. But we had several months where we were hammering out 2 sessions a week.
Two a week, sometimes even
Yeah.
3.
And it's like, just even with the varied pace of it, it would be very poetic if. I mean, I don't know if there is another session after the next one. If we could have it on the first anniversary and arrange it somehow that way, that would be pretty cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
there is. If we survive this, there's still another big fight we need to do.
Nah, it's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
the fight is
Yes,
gonna be
yeah.
I guess
big.
you still have the.
No. Hey Max, why don't you go big and action surge and second wind
Yeah.
now.
Everything.
Good boy.
I don't have. I can't go big, bro. Can't do anything.
You gotta remember.
Oh, I
he
only
has
got
like
my runes.
3 lives. We
I
gotta
got my
kill him
runes.
3 times.
Fuck, I've got a mace though. I wonder what the mace is.
I wanna know what the statue does as well.
Yeah.
We may never know.
But that's like if you do next session with Strahd, and do like a final like wrap up session. That'd be pretty dope as well.
Yeah, we can do like an after credits, like
Yeah,
director's
where like
cut.
where it connects everything like what happened to every character after we go.
Making a montage.
Because we
So,
still don't
I
know
will
where
say
Irina went.
the true anniversary is the 6th of November, because that's when my Strahd session, this document was created. So it's a Saturday night, but I am at a concert then, so I will be unable to do it that night.
Oh, what are you watching?
Look at you having a life,
I know, imagine. I'm gonna see Tim
What are you
Minchin.
watching? Of course we're watching.
bro. Tim Minchin's amazing.
Nice. But I would appreciate like a session to reminisce on the campaign, like some fun moments and stuff.
Yeah, we'll do like an
Yeah.
after, like a session, like not a session 0, the opposite of a session 0,
A session like
a session aftercare, you know,
Session, yeah, aftercare.
campaign aftercare.
My guy.
Campaign assessment.
When you know, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, we still don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know what happened to Irina. She's still somewhere.
she's
Yeah.
chilling.
There's
chilling
those
in
questions,
my
and they will all be answered. But the
If
other
any
question
DM is
everyone's
still
lips
keeping
is:
track of all the answers.
I mean, we know where
will
Irina
they
is.
live or will they die? Let's find out next time.
Do.
Cool.
And if we all die, we've got to reroll new characters and start from the beginning. Yay!
Do it all over again. I gotta
Look
rewrite
at
the whole
honest
fucking
face.
book. I gotta throw that out the fucking window because all that's been ruined. You guys have done it all.
You wake up. in-
What we'd need to do is we need to, if genuinely, if it's TPK, then we should probably run the Do Ravenloft in a night one shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would do Slight Flourishes. Strahd von Zarovich must die
Yeah.
tonight. Take
That's the one.
put a big
Yeah.
spin on everything, change everything up a little bit. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely
You
something
could,
like that.
like, bring server characters for this one.
Oh my god.
No, you cannot banish yourself.
Imagine just
Alrighty.
all walks through. Minigun. Where is he?
It's alright, just target you with an intelligence save.
Yeah, exactly. Problem solved. Well, that's where we're stopped for tonight, guys. So thank you everyone for dropping by, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Cool.
Ta-ra.
And